Okay, so when I do my drywall finishing, when I tape, I use a tool belt. Just like I do when I hang drywall, I have a carpenter's tool belt for hanging, and I have a taper's belt for when I do drywall finishing, right? So I'm gonna show you real quick. There's two different belts, right? This one isn't as nice or as complicated as my other one, but I have my 6-inch knife. I have its own holster. I'll keep my bigger knives here, and then I'll usually put my smaller knives on this side. And the reason being is the only other options you have is putting them in your back pockets, or if you have a scaffold where you have a tray, you can put them there. But I just like having them on my person, and that way I'm not running back to my toolbox or having them on the floor or whatever. And so I have them. So we're gonna start pre-filling. Now normally I would use all-purpose straight out of the tub. It's real thick, and I'm gonna just do a little sample. All right, just do a sample here. So this is what it looks like. This is all-purpose. Okay, that's what we're gonna use for the pre-fill. Now what I would normally do, and I would actually have a box of it. I wouldn't have, you know, a little tub. So this is how thick it is. See how thick it is? That's crusty stuff. Okay. It's thick, right? Super thick. I'm not adding any water because what I want to do is I want to fill in all these gaps. So I'll do it on the butt joint down here. So if you remember from another video I did, this butt joint that we cut out earlier, we cut it out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fill it up with mud, right? So like I had showed you before, with the 3-wheel, right? In another video I showed you how to use this as an airplane wing, and you're gonna have your 3-wheel motion, okay? Now my knife's bent a certain way that I like to use it, and so I know which way I want to use it. Anyways, so I'm going to put my mud on here, okay? Again, it's thick, straight out of here. You would use it straight out of the box. And my gaps are so big that you don't want to water it down, okay? It's pre-filled. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my finger on the bottom, my thumb is on the bottom, and I'm pushing up. I'm pushing up, right? I'm gonna bring you guys with me over here. Let's see if this way works better. Okay, so my corner is on the bottom, right? My top is not touching. I'm using my thumb and I'm pushing up. Pushing up, okay? I'm gonna do it again. So my bottom, is all the way there, the corner, and I have my top is in the air, there's nothing there. I'm pushing all the pressure on this back corner, okay? And I'm filling that gap. Then I'm gonna go, like we talked about in another video, in a number 3 position, right? I'm the furthest away. We'll call it 2.5, 3, and I'm wiping down, okay? So I'm going up. Let's see if I can do this. So I'm going up, wiping across, I'm pulling it down, but I'm filling in that gap. I don't know if you guys can see. Now the screws are out quite a bit on this, so I might have to screw some back in, but that's the premise, okay? Up here, I'm mudding it, filling it, pulling it down, okay? I'm gonna do one more, I'm gonna do it again. So I'm on the bottom, going all the way up. I'm taking it off, okay? That easy. Now, what I would normally do is all of it, right? So I would normally do all my pre-fills. I'm gonna go in there and tear off anything that needs to get ripped off. Okay, I would pack that with mud. All the joints that I need, there's a gap, there's a huge gap up here that I did on purpose because I wanted to show you that when you hang the bottoms up instead of your top down, you get gaps like this and you're gonna have to fill them. It's a waste of time. That's why I always say hang your ceilings, hang your top sheets, and work your way top down. So, and the magic of the internet, I want to be like one of those cooking shows where they say they put this in the oven and then 2 seconds later they pull one out. So it would take forever for this mud to dry because these patches are so thick, these gaps are so thick. Plus, again, today I think it's like we're in the 20s out here, so this mud ain't gonna dry. So I'm actually gonna cheat. I'm gonna use 5 minutes to fill in these gaps so that way I can show you guys how to put on the tape after we do all the pre-fill. What I also want to show you is that I will be filling in these belly bands, the one that it's really thick, right? I'm going to fill that in. And then the same thing with this basser joint. I'm going to fill that in so that way you guys can see how much mud it's going to take to fill it. So I'm going to mix up some hot mud. I'm gonna mix up some hot mud and then we'll get back at it.